I hosted a mini Pokemon tournament with players who had never played before. And it went about just as you would expect. So the way this worked is me and my friend Chris gathered 4 players who had never played Pokemon ever. And we taught them how to play, had them build teams in the Regulation G format, and then had them all battle each other. This is probably going to end up being a 3-part series, but for today's video, we have the exhibition match between the 2 teachers, and then the first match of round 1.
Right.
It's a beautiful day here in Paldea.
Got Chris leading Calyrex Ice and Sinistra with Triggerfire leading Incineroar and Cryden.
A very offensive start here by Simon, I would say.
Here we got Orichalcum Pulse boost both Flare Blitz for Incineroar and Cryden. If that Calyrex does not Terra, it's going to be a problem.
And we have our first Terra. With the Cryden.
That Terrifier boosted Flare Blitz with the Life Orb is going to be an insanely damage boosted with the Orichalcum Pulse. And there it is.
Close on the Calyrex, and that is heavy damage.
Just below a quarter. With those attacks, allows to set up Trick Room. Twisted Dimensions start.
It's very good. Very strong opening here from Simon. Chris is gonna have to change it up, or else he could lose that Calyrex.
You can clearly see who's on their back feet, who's stepped up. But right now, with no Pokemon down, be anyone's game. And Among Us comes out for Cryden with a Terra, I believe it's Water into Calyrex. Yep, this is Terra Water into
Terra Water
gets rid of its fire, or gets rid of its fire weakness, or weakness, makes it a fire immunity. And Rage Powder from Sinestia redirects the attack. Oh, and it's not
total knockout, but very close.
High horsepower into Among Us because you would chip a damage. Can Chris do something with this Calyrex, or will it be a wasted Terra?
Yeah, I'm curious.
And he brings it off the field. Iron Valiant comes to replace him. With its Quark Drive, it's now Speed Titan inside of Earth Room. That is not the best scenario. Still got about, I believe, 3 more, and it's super effective Sludge Bomb into Iron Valiant.
If Chris can get an Iron Valiant Moonblast off, that could do some damage to Incineroar, or that could do some damage.
Just all comes down to attacks first right now. So I believe Regify has both the slower Pokemon inside of Trick Room. Yep. And there goes Mungus. Iron Valiant's Quark Drive boosted its speed weights run.
Flare Blitz might take out the
And there's the
and
second KO.
Okay, this is looking like a rough start for round 1 for Chris. He'll do 2 Pokemon and 1 Terra.
We're up. Tounament is up for the 2 Pokemon. Brings out Indeedee and the Terra Calyrex. Psychic Surge comes out, boosting Calyrex's psychic abilities, but it does not have stab from Psychic now that it has its Terra. They are still in Trick Room, so I believe. So we'll see who has the slowest Pokemon. And it's Among Us. Small chip, Indeedee.
And this looks like it.
Flare
And
Blitz.
there goes Calyrex.
Flare Blitz to take down Calyrex. It is now a 4-1. It looks like Chris's fate is sealed for game 1. Indeedee's heal pulse fails because there's a slot. And just as Twisted Dimensions return. DD's Psychic takes Among Us down just below half.
Chris might be able to get the Among Us down with Psychic, but that's not going to do much still with just 1 Pokemon.
Yes, with both its down parting shot as well. I don't know how much damage it can do now.
Simon's bringing in the Koraidon to finish it off.
And Indeedee goes to sleep.
Mm.
I think that seals the fate.
Yep.
And a double attack into the Indeedee slot.
That is going to be. And
There goes
there
the
it goes.
game.
Game 1 goes to Simon.
He just used his water. He just used his Terra to that Indeedee Heat Train start. I did not see that.
That is an interesting start.
Let's see if he can
Side
pull it
note,
off.
the Heat Train looks like it's like 30 frames less than the other Pokemon, but it's looking good. Starting out with a
Now, if he
Psychic.
doesn't use that Terra, he does have that 2x weakness to close combat.
And I do believe that the Heat Train is much slower than the Koraidon and the Incineroar, but I'm not sure.
Exactly. Let's see. And follow me, redirect. Heading
Very good.
close combat.
And
it goes
Indeedee
down,
out.
sacrificing itself to catch him.
How,
Let's see if
what
that
will
pays
Chris
off.
do? Actually, what is
Turn with the Will-O-Wisp to Koraidon, which that will inflict burn.
that is good. I'll be able to get some good damage in over time, but is it going to be enough?
We'll see Chris with the Annihilate to Indeedee's spot.
I know we have a lot of fire types on the field at the moment.
Both teams are saving their heroes.
Very different to what we saw in the first round, where Terras were used very quickly.
Very. Neither wants to use their Terra early. Want to use them for just the right time. And here we go.
And there we go. Oh, and there's the Annihilate.
Stellar. Or Stellar Annihilate. Let's see what we can make of it. Let's see what he can make of it this time. Because now he does not have that Stellar.
High damage
water,
on the heat gun.
very high. Now he does not have that Terra Water Calyrex in the back, that crazy threat. Let's see what he can do. That does. Annihilate, still fine. Raises his attack. Raises its attack after a parting shot from.
I think if that Annihilate is left unchecked, it could be starting to do some real heavy damage to Simon's team.
Definitely. That will be a dangerous threat on the field. Oh, that has a
Simon
Stellar
brings up
Terra,
Tounament.
moving its Dark Weakness.
Crichton is now, I believe, under half health.
Moving its Dark Ghost Weakness. That'll be a dangerous. And a Terra comes out on the side. And it's a Paranormal Fluttermane. You try and protect.
Push off, please protect.
Block. Oh, Shadow Ball goes into Annihilate, bringing it down to just above.
That is... How will Chris's Annihilate
I'm not sure how much HP that is, but he's just. Fluttermane is not affected by that attack. Crichton Terbites burn. Still hanging on. Both decided to play it with both their Pokemon. Lose HP. Fluttermane Shadow Ball into.
And that is
into
the Annihilate.
Goes down. Right. There goes Annihilate.
I still do Annihilate this fight.
And complete resistance to fire type moves with Flame Body and
Crichton might be down on next turn.
But without its Water Terra, it stands a very
high risk, I would say.
yeah. It's a very high risk attack from both a Shadow Ball and a Flare Blitz from Crichton and Fluttermane. Not being able to get rid of either races. And there you go, there's the first tip.
Calyrex still, and Calyrex is down.
Mid-threat of the field. And train take down. Crichton's damaging the recoil.
And Crichton goes down as well. Crichton was going to go down for the flame if it wasn't damaged by recoil, so...
And
Fluttermane at 1 health.
Uses up its Togepi Sash, hanging on by 1 HP. And it goes down to Magma Storm.
I was very... Chris was able to get... While Chris did lose his Calyrex, he was able to get 2 of Simon's Pokemon down. And losing the...
What a crazy comeback Chris is able to stay in the game with that.
Incineroar's Intimidate. Use.
And here it goes. Fake out into Incineroar. Causes him perfect. Fake out
Just
into
gets him
Heatran,
the
causes him to
Spore.
flinch with the Spore. And leaving the
Sleep.
rest of the match.
Right now, Chris's only hope is if Heatran can hold on, but that seems very unlikely.
Oh, I'm not sure if he has any attacks. That's it. Regify has any attacks that can damage. Heatran. Sludge Bomb has no effect, and neither does Flare Blitz.
Will this have to
Yeah.
come down to struggles? Possibly.
Neither of them have a single attack that does any damage. And it's canceled with Simon.
Yep, game 3 of the set. And we got Iron Valiant and Celestia versus Pridon and Incineroar. We have yet to see this start, Chris, so let's see how he plays it. I don't think we've yet to see these two Pokemon on the field at the same time.
No, we have not. Or they might have been on briefly in round 1, but yeah. We did not get to see much of Iron Valiant in round 1.
Yes, which is going to be an interesting combination between Pokemon meant to set up a slow, with Celestia meant to set up a slower playing, Iron Valiant meant to be a faster type of Pokemon.
Definitely. I could see much more speed going on Chris's side in this game.
Yeah. And we already have a pair used for Cridon. Terrify or Blend Up.
Fire.
And Protect from Celestia. Out into Iron Valiant.
And Flint.
And Flare Blitz. That
Yep.
Take down Iron Valiant.
And that's Iron Valiant down. That is a rough start for Chris, but I am curious to see how he will try to recover from that.
But that, I believe, 2x weakness fire, that is just not how you want to see it.
Bringing out the Calyrex, is he going to attempt to Terra with it?
He does have his Terra remaining. If there's any time to use it, I would use it now. A Terra Water.
It would be very effective on both Incineroar and Koraidon.
A Terra Water Calyrex would beat up, but that's what he decides to play with. Here it is.
There we go. There is
and
Terra
Terra Water.
For the
Yep.
Water
Terra
Calyrex.
Water. Terra Water, right on top of Calyrex.
That is very dangerous for Koraidon and Incineroar.
And Protect on Cridon. Rage Powder. Sinistcha. With the Glacial Land. It's a very dangerous war. There it goes. It goes down. Sacrifice from. And he's hurt from Rocky Helmet. Taking the sacrifice for Calyrex. No, I do not was in danger. But Incineroar takes that damage from Rocky Helmet and the recoil, putting him under. Oh, that gives him an excuse to bring out Heatran. What a
very strong set here with Chris, even though these are his last two.
I think he knew that would one-shot Celestia, so giving him the excuse to bring out Heatran.
That is a very risky play right there. I think he's now fully relying on Heatran Calyrex, which is a
Well,
strong team.
I believe with even being down 2 Pokemon, I believe that puts him in the winning position. If he can get Heatran to, as long as he can keep Calyrex alive. Oh, that doesn't affect Pryden.
So go.
Oh, now both
Ooh,
of them
that
are low HP.
Incineroar's being pulled back. And being swapped in with Flutter Mane.
But now that he has full HP Fluttermane on the field, I believe that seals Chris's fate. With Calyrex being below HP, Heatran still being full, but I do not believe he is fast enough on the field.
No.
Here we are. Have that close combat. Oh,
Ooh. And that Heatran
Heatran
goes down.
to close combat. But will
Glacial Lance will slide in. And almost the Flutter Mane.
And there it goes. If Fluttermane was able to go down,
Tounament went down to that Glacial Lance. I think this game may have been different, but that Carnage
do
shot
think-
really.
When he had Heatran and Calyrex out there, that was a very good start. I think sacrificing the Sinestro was somewhat unnecessary, as it was Koraidon nor Incineroar could have done great damage on Terra Calyrex.
With both of them.
Yeah, there we go.
I think he stood a chance.
Alright, for our leads, we have Incineroar, Propagos versus Whimsicott and Incineroar. We do have Incineroar versus Incineroar, so those intimidate stacks are going to be significant. And Propagos goes with that Air Shift ability, going in battle form. Right, and the Intimidate stacks drop. So both teams drop one stat point in attack. Alright. I believe both Puppeteer is waiting for their Puppeteer to give them information on what they want to play.
It looks like it might take a little bit more time before moves get sent in, but alright.
Alright, we have Dragapie and Froggo using Fake Out into Terapagos, who did move first. Might either have a die or one Incineroar might be moving faster than the other.
Terapagos split.
Allowing Whimsicott to set up Tailwind. The next 5 rounds, Froggo's team will be moving slightly faster with the Tailwind boost. At least double their base speed.
Will is going to have to worry about that.
Looks like he's setting up a... I feel like he decides. So it is a speed tie. Oh, nope, Protect does attack first, so it's still don't know if it's speed tie or just unluck. But that Incineroar does protect the Moonblast, or I believe it was Moonblast. My memory just might be.
Yeah.
So Incineroar does go back with the parting shot for Propagos, dropping its attack and special attack down 1 stat point.
What is Froggo going to send out?
is going to bring in Miraidon for the Incineroar, and we do not know who.
And there is a electrical surge.
We do not know who Wilm has in their back, so Brago does have to be careful. He does not know what Wilm has in their back defense. Alright, let's see. Waiting on Wilm to pick an attack. Head up some moves. I believe he's thinking very hard about what he wants to do. He has a lot of options to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Tailwind is still up in the next couple rounds. So, and we do have a
Oh.
Terra on
Brago, I believe.
Brago.
Yep.
Into
It's gonna be a fairy Terra.
Yep. Something you do not see very often, but a very strong defensive Terra. Removing that fairy weakness and also an ice weakness too. And that electro drift into Tropico's drops it below 1/4 HP, and Earth Power into Miraidon. All of these dropping rid of Miraidon's choice specs, which may be more helpful than not, because that leaves Miraidon. Yes, it doesn't do 50% more damage, but it allows him to choose more than one move.
Looks like
Miraidon use that damage boost, but he also is not move locked anymore. So he can go ahead and do that dab. He can also do that Terra boosted Dazzling Gleam now, which will hit both targets.
It will definitely do a lot of damage to the Incineroar if it's not taken out. With that
Exactly.
weakness.
And Urshifu comes out in place of that Tropius with Dazzling, with the Terra boosted Dazzling Gleam coming out, hitting Incineroar, and prodding a one-hit KO Urshifu after coming out and replacing that for Upper Ghost. And Incineroar barely holds on, finding out a parting shot into Miraidon, dropping its attack and special attack.
It looks like Wilm is springing back in Incineroar.
Might be trying to switch its spot around so it can drop it. So it can drop another Intimidate stack.
Wilm has
And
also
here comes
not
out
used his Terra yet, so I am curious to see who he's going to use it on, if at all.
His options are very limited, but and there goes the end of Tailwind. Speed has returned to normal on Brago's side. Here comes back out Incineroar. Low on HP, but the Intimidate will up with Miraidon and Whimsicott's damage output thing.
Alright. Brago looks like he's right now just focusing on doing damage with his Miraidon, while stat boost with
Playing
the
very aggressive. Only 2 Pokemon remain on Wilm's side, so with all 4 up Brago's side, so playing aggressive may give him the edge. Whimsicott using Protect, keeping from avoiding damage. So we're using Fake Out into Whimsicott, which is perfect with them Protect. Fluttermane uses Mystical Fire. Whimsicott protects is the Protect blocks both attacks, so no damage is taken on Brago's. And there goes Dazzling Gleam, taking down Incineroar and chipping Fluttermane.
I do not see much of a way that Will can recover from this.
Here comes back out Tropgos. I did forget Tropgos was still in this. He has such low HP. I do not see him last very long.
I do. Web's options are pretty limited. He could do it with a Terra, as he does still have it available. But besides that, I do not see many choices for him.
He does have Terra Ghost Fluttermane. That could boost his damage output, but I do not see it lasting very long with the strong attackers that Fargo has left remaining.
Yep,
there goes the Tounament. And here comes Wilms.
Terra for the Terapagos.
Terapagos, interesting. Now you have a Stellarform Terapagos.
Interesting choice. The Terapagos is already low on HP.
Terapagos enters Terraform. And Mystic Fire barely does a trip for damage. And a Dazzling Gleam comes out.
Does not do much damage.
Does half of Fluttermane's remaining HP. Does nothing to Terapagos. Terra Starstorm into Miraidon. Takes him out with the remaining HP he has.
Very impressive.
It is now a 3 against 2. Wilm is still in this game and is not over yet. That KO might have kept him in the game just a tiny bit longer. Urshifu.
Yeah. Although now, the one biggest concern now is that Incineroar to Intimidate, which is going to keep stacking.
Sure, and Urshifu Dark. Unseen Fist can hit through Protect, so Wilm does have to be careful with that. And the fake out and drop goes preventing it and the sucker punch. There it goes. Just those again. The double attack. And the Dazzling Gleam. Takes down Dash.
Forced to use his
See, I don't know. If this dude didn't have this sash there, it could be a whole different ballgame.
Definitely. If the Urshifu did go down, that would leave Froggo with just a Whimsicott and Incineroar, but
there it goes.
It did not.
That concludes our game 1 of this set. That was way too quick. And here it goes with their Incineroar drop was speed.
And Miraidon Whimsicott. Now it is at the moment only Wilm is getting that intimidation. Getting intimidation on Froggo's team at the moment.
Terra or Tropgos goes straight into battle for them. Miraidon's Hadron engine comes out to the field, creating an electric terrain. Incineroar's Intimidate goes down, stopping both attacks for Whimsicott and Miraidon. I can see Froggo would have won Miraidon off the field.
Definitely.
But yep.
Oh, he is swapping.
I would see that might not have been the smartest way to do it. Volt Switch might have been the best way to do it, giving him a free damage to get damage hit. But
yeah,
he got him in.
Oh.
He did get him in. He
and
did get him off the field.
It's Terra Lapagos, which is the what's it called?
What a good prediction on Froggo's and keeping, because that Terra Stars will one shot Miraidon, I do believe.
Okay.
So that Talon keeping the speed in their favor.
Terra Stars coming in. gonna do some heavy damage on.
Crit, taking one shot down below half, keeping the Incineroar just above.
Yep, that is a good. If that Terra goes to get another one in, I can see them going down possibly in 2 turns.
Scott did all he wanted to do, getting that Tailwind up, keeping the speed in his favor, in that side's favor.
That's, yeah, that is.
So even if Frogo loses that Whimsicott, there you go. I would have tried. It's a safe play, but keeping that Mariah or keeping that Intimidate on the field is a good play.
Yeah.
Take out into Tropicos, stopping him from using that Terra Stars again. And a parting shot into Miraidon, dropping his attack and special attack one phase.
Well, Frogger is gonna have to be careful because we did see that the Terra and Terrapagos can do heavy damage on his Miraidon
Yes.
with its Terra Storm, I believe.
Psychic Surge from Indeedee does come out. Boosting psychic attacks. And Indeedee's psychic and Indeedee's special effect. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Froggo, it looks like he is trying to keep clinching Terrapagos in order to keep it from doing the Terra Storm.
Tailwind is still up. Froggo's side will have that. And Indeedee uses the priority. Follow me. That brings the Electrodisk to him. Onto Indeedee. Will he survive? And he eats it.
Wow. Still above
Indeedee
half.
survives. And he goes down slow.
And knockout.
Heavy damage.
Might be
The
Terra
Terra
Storm.
Stars from that.
He
That will, I believe, if Raiden Terra there, he would have gone down to that Terra Star Storm. But
Most
since
likely.
he's still an electric dragon, he's able to eat that. I do not know if Miraidon with Tailwind up is faster than a photosynthesis automate.
that is
I have to see by this next turn. I also believe this is the last turn with Tailwind.
oh,
Here
and
comes
Froggo
out.
is Terra Miraidon.
Can take down. He has to take down. Where it is the Electrodisk into. And it eats it. It eats the Trop. This is a very special focus.
Froggo
And
still
it
maintains
eats second
health.
attack, knocking off the Salt Vest. Whatever.
Use the Earth Power. Ooh.
Both. And there goes
Tailwind has ended.
both Frogos and Pokemon are very low HP, vulnerable to one more attack, and Buttermane, I believe, will outspeed both of them, so they need to come up with, see if Buttermane goes with the Dazzle Gleam, it will hit both of them, and Tsunor was smart with that attack, because Miraidon should survive Bloom, it will not.
Ooh.
And it goes down to it. Even
Very
with the
expensive.
protected fairy, with fairy Terra, it will still protect the Dazzle.
That definitely did just make this much look more favorable in Willow's hands. as Froggo now has very few high HP players left, Pokemon left.
Here comes Urshifu, a very fast, very dangerous Pokemon if used correctly.
Yeah.
But he still had that ability. He can catch Worm while he's protected.
And he's going for close combat.
I wouldn't put it past him to go for the attack on his and he
And Incineroar goes
has
down and
team on Fluttermane.
again, Focus Sash stays the Earth
Down the
light
stash.
for now. The close combat does take out the
Taking down
Terrapago.
the Terrapago.
However, I do believe that might take out the
Not no,
Urshifu.
do not. Will a Tailwind be enough to bring Urshifu's speed past Fluttermane?
And Incineroar is going to continue bringing up those Intimidates.
The double protect allows him to stall rounds.
Does the cut protection work? And so there's
Yeah.
Urshifu.
Down. See what Worm's plan is. If I were him, I would have gone for. He's not fast enough.
I do not believe so.
There it is. Oh, he's speed time Fluttermane.
The Fluttermane survives, takes out the
There it
Urshifu and the Whimsicott.
I believe if he had. Oh. That was a crazy second game.
Well, I'm starting with a good start.
You learn something new every day.
Well, I'm starting with the normal star, Terrapagos and Incineroar, and Froggo is starting with Incineroar and Whimsicott. That's a main first echo.
Yeah, that's my fault. I had no idea Starter Punch was a priority move.
Alright. And intimidations begin.
Both players leave their Incineroar, dropping the attack stat of both teams to 1.
And I don't know if you saw, but Froggo did change up his team by 1, replacing the Urshifu with Fluttermane.
We'll see how much of a difference that makes based on how he plays. Hera this early in the game.
Froggo's playing very early. Oh wait, no, sorry, that is Willem.
Willem goes for Hera. Hera Terrapagos. Terrapagos on the second round of the game. Fake out into that prediction is crazy. Fake out, neither opponent gets anything off it, but with Whimsicott still gets Tailwind through the fake out.
Very good. That is going to help keep Prago in the game with that tailwind. We are seeing the move timer get a bit low during the round, but
Protect that one. And then knock on process. Rid is also as he's significantly less engaged. And still working that first when you goes in more the parting thought to switch out with the
right now I would say that Wilm is definitely going for a bit more of an offensive play to begin with, while Prago is definitely waiting for his.
He's being a lot more aggressive. I believe Prago is trying to set up an aggressive start, but
I think Prago is waiting for tailwind.
He's trying to get rid of. He got rid of the assault vest to tailwind. He's making it a lot slower of an aggressive, an offensive start, trying to make it so he can actually get damage for time. But
he might be trying to clear the way out for his Miraidon, but I'm not too sure. And he brings out the Flutter Mane.
That Flutter Mane may be a huge difference in this match. As we've seen, he's yet to bring that in any of these sets so far.
Oh yeah, I'm curious to see how his Flutter Mane does.
Their power with a parting shot into Flutter Mane's spot, bringing his and special attack down. Now that assault has longer on Anthropos,
his Flutter Mane is also a fairy Terra, so it would be interesting. So he's definitely not going to win a Terra while the Terra Terrapagos is still in the field.
Indeedee's Psychic Surge comes out, boosting its special defense. Psychic Seed. There we go, it's special attack. It may be able to take a Terra on with both attacks on Terrapagos being lowered by attack.
Wilm still. Oh wait, no. Prago still has his Terra available.
He might be going for a Terra. I think he's going for a Terra.
Flutter Mane, possibly?
Nope, not. He's going for the double moon blast drop ghost, and that does leave him just below 1/4 HP. The icing into live, and indeed he gets Trick Room up. That talent does not help at the moment.
If Prago can take out the Terrapagos, that would give him a good chance to bring out his Miraidon and Terra with it, which we see can do pretty good.
He could reset the Trick Room with his Flutter Mane. Could be a good opportunity. And indeed, Just to use follow me. Okay, Charge one going up. But it's eaten by oh,
Whimsicott still barely holds on.
and indeed he goes right under half HP. I think Flutterman needs to reset. Trick Room. There it is. He goes ahead and flips the dimensions back onto normal. While Whimsicott goes and finishes off. Oh, Whimsicott goes back. This is just a reset round for Fargo.
There's definitely a lot of tension here as both players. This is a very tense game for both players.
And William goes to withdraw Frost. And Flutterman comes out and Frost goes to place.
I do believe that Froggo's Fluttermane may be faster than World due to the whirlwind, but we'll have to see. And Froggo gets off
I don't think Helen her one more turns left in it. So I do not know how much more effective that will be on their side.
Yes. Good point. Oh, and it looks like that Froggo might be is going to be terrestrializing.
Here goes. He goes for the Terra Fairy into the Terra Fairy onto Flutterman. There it is. The Terra boosted Moonblast.
That was a good choice.
Found you first. And then Moonblast into the opposing Flutterman. Takes it down to below HP. I do not believe Flutterman can survive another one of those Moonblasts. And a Shadow Ball. Takes Flutterman down to low hat. And his one-shot goes down, not allowing him to get up
Another Whimsicott has done his job for this battle. Getting up the last Tailwind needed for Fluttermane to survive. Oh, Fluttermane needs one more Moonblast into the opposing Fluttermane.
I am curious to see if Wilm is going to bring out his Terrapagos to try to take out the terrorized Fluttermane.
He needs to use a Moonblast.
Does not use a
That gives him.
Moonblast.
This is. I think he's trying to give a stall round to see what to do. He's not trying to play too aggressive because that leads to a. If he at least not in the open if he plays too aggressive, but he also allows. There it goes, but he also wastes a round of Tailwind, which is not good. If he plays right there, first then he'll KO Fluttermane because he moves first and knows he can do over half HP. But I don't think he thought that far ahead.
Yes, now he looks like he is going for the Moonblast.
Even if Fluttermane does still KO the Terrapagos with that Moonblast, the Terrapagos being as low as it is with the Terra boosted Moonblast.
I do not think the Terrapagos would have a high enough speed to go first.
There it is.
There goes Fluttermane.
Goes down Terra boosted Moonblast.
And knockout will likely get
into indeed bringing it down. Whimsicott has done its part. A purposefully sacrificed faster, allowing Froggo to set up a perfect game-winning position. With Tailwind still up,
Yeah.
only 2 Pokemon, the opponents. Only 2 Pokemon in the opponent.
Yeah.
Since
And
one of them
is
down below.
undamaged, has full health though.
And Sora with 40 full HP, but Rami's still there with above 40 HP.
Flutter Mane is going for a protect.
So I mean, protect good. Last just scout out what's to do a double protect. Allows him to set up for the next round. Even though he wastes around a Tailwind, he gets to see what there goes Terra Starstorm. Even though I believe he would have KO'd it.
Yeah. Even though the Terrapagos is at low health, it could still be a threat to the Flutter Mane.
I do not know how many rounds are going, but
There is also a minute 30 left on the clock. But
there it is. He does not need to go for the knockoff, but I think it is. So just in case he loses the damage roll.
And
there
goes Terrapagos.
knockoff. There's the KO for Terrapagos, leaving 1 Pokemon remaining on Wilm's side.
Wilm is very limited in his options.
There's the knockoff. 2 wins in a row. Losing the safety goggles, which don't really do much for him now.
Zero might be able to take out the Flutter Mane, but that won't do much at this point.
Yes, with Flutter Mane still faster inside of Tailwind, and probably outside of not much new.
And Incineroar does not actually have any moves that could be effective on Flutter Mane or the other Incineroar. And there it goes, a critical hit.
That concludes the game, making it a 2-1 defeat on Wilm, giving Froggo the win of the set.